Welcome guys, today we are going to speak about ECG. As we know that ECG is very common today and the full form of the ECG is electrocardiograph. Electrocardiograph is a device, as we know that it is a device which we measure the heart impulses and show it in the form of graph. Okay, now this ECG device is used to record the electric activity of the heart to detect the abnormal electric impulses through the muscles. Electrocardiography allows to diagnose the cardiac abnormalities. Okay, now there is a main tool for ECG. As you know that there will be some graphs like in the hospitals, like some waves, like waveform, and that waves is nothing but the ECG form, and that is the main tool in which we use to diagnose the patient. Okay, now I'll show you what is that graph. This is the y coordinate here, this is the x coordinate. Okay, let it be, and okay, now I'll show you the graph. Okay, this is the main graph of this. Okay, now let us label it. What all this graph shows us. This shows us the P wave, Q wave, R wave, S wave, and T wave. And this is the graph. Okay, now what are these PQRST waves? Let's study. Okay, now there are 5 types of waves as we labeled here. Okay, the P wave represents the atrial repolarization. Here the P wave is the smallest upward wave generated in the SA node, means sine auricular node. This appears first, as the graph suggests. Okay, this indicates the atrial depolarization, during which excitation spreads from sine auricular node to all over the atria. This is about only 0.1 second. Okay, okay, this okay, here P wave represents the atrial systole. Okay, now this interval of this and from here to here, this is called as PQ interval, which because it appears between the P and Q wave. Okay, now after the atrial depolarization, next comes the QRS wave, and this is the second wave generated. Looks complex, but it's very simple. And the second wave begins and it represents the ventricular depolarization, and its duration may vary with the size of the heart. Normally it is about 0.4 second, because as the wave is a slight bigger one. Just after the wave begins, ventricles start contracting, means contracting, as you know that. Then hence QRS wave is equivalent to ventricular systole. A block in either the right or the left branches delays the depolarization of the ventricle supplied by the blocked bundle, revolving in the prolonged QRS wave duration. It is very rare in larger animals. Okay, now after the QRS wave, then comes the T wave. Okay, this is the third small wave in the form of dome shaped. It's upward direction and or deflection. It indicates the ventricular repolarization and also represents the beginning of the ventricular diastole. It is U-shaped, means inverted U-shaped, and sometimes it is present after the T wave. It is due to after the potentials. Potentials means the dip in the potential beyond atrial diastole gets merged with the large QRS wave. Means sometimes it comes very close to QRS wave. It is when we breathe so fast and the heart is beating so fast. or in the exercise time, and it will be very close because the heart rate is more. Okay, after the all these waves and the ECG has been completed of a person, and this is the graph as we studied now, and overall what is the duration? Let us do the calculations. Okay, the total duration of the heartbeat as we referred as a P plus QRS plus T, and the P wave as it is 0.1 second, and QRS we represents the 0.4 seconds, and the T wave, the final wave, represents the 0.3 second as the calculated, and that is 0.1 plus 0.4 plus 0.3. The final value is as we know that it gives as 0.80 seconds. And this is, and thank you, and thank you one and all, and please subscribe to this channel and like and share and comment.